Yo, what's going on? Drewski here. Welcome to another YouTube video. It's been a minute since I posted one. So I've been away from training for the past week and a half. This is probably gonna be the longest break from the gym. So it wasn't a break, it was more so I wouldn't even call it a deload. It was more so like
1 minute later. 5 minutes later.
like my body telling me to like not go to the gym because I was so beat up. What I've been doing is just like, resting a lot and not going to the gym. So I wanted to talk about my injury because I did have a couple injuries. I had it in my lat area. I don't know what it is. I'm just a beginner. I'm just feeling like unnecessary pain into the muscle. This is my shoulder joint, my bicep, and lat. Two different types of pain, right? So there's soreness, right? Like, but soreness is like little to mild. This is aching pain. So this is injury a little bit. I gotta like tone it down because if I go super crazy, it's gonna just get worse, right? So I gotta tone it down. Eat more, cover. You lift, right? You can only lift like a certain amount of load, right? One's like light, one's medium light, one's heavy, and one's super heavy, right? So basically I always pick the one that is like super heavy. When you lift super heavy, it's like really tight on the joints and ligaments. So, and once you keep doing this, especially if you're not recovering, sleep and diet, right? If those two components are not on point, you will have problems with recovery. What I was doing was I would lift 6 days per week, and I would choose the super heavy load, which is so bad for my joints and ligaments. Consistently not eating properly, not sleeping enough. I'm talking about probably like 4 to 5 hours, max 6 hours of sleep each night. Diet, not eating my proteins, not eating my fruits and vegetables, just eating processed foods and not really giving my body adequate nutrition to sustain those lifts. Yeah, you can only imagine how fucked up I was. Bro, if you're not very careful, lifting weights can actually kill you. I actually felt like I was gonna die. This is gonna be a wake-up call for me because I like to lift really heavy and I like to lift really intense. Some people say I don't lift that intense, but I would say I lift pretty intense. And I'm not trying to say this to be more above than someone, because I'm not. I'm still learning. I'm still finding ways to progress to train even harder. So yeah, I just was not doing everything correctly, and I was just basically trying to see how much I can get away with, which is a horrible mentality, and I don't want to go back to that mentality. That's pretty much what happened. One of my exercises is called Smith machine shoulder press. You're putting so much load, it affects your biceps, right? Your shoulder joint, your bicep tendon. You can only imagine. I was doing this up and down, super heavy. I'm talking about super fucking heavy, and you can only imagine. And I'm not sleeping enough. I'm not eating enough. You can only imagine why I'm so fucked up. This has been probably the longest break I ever had. I wasn't missing the gym at all. Keep in mind, I was not missing the gym because I knew. I've been lifting for 2 years. I know that's not a long time, but I have experience with it, and I know when I'm gonna start to get fucked up. And I hate that feeling when you get that sense of fatigue, because that's when things are gonna get ugly. Let's say you have a chest and bi session, and you got 2 more sessions, right? And you're starting to feel that fatigue build up. Yeah, I would recommend to finish those 2 last sessions strong. This is important, right? Because this is how you earn your deload or whatever break, right? Just finish those 2 sessions strong. I know they're not gonna be the very best, but just finish them strong, and then take that necessary break that you need in order to for your next meso or whatever training cycle. Oh, why does she have to slam the door like that? What a bitch. Fucking bitch. Diet, we'll talk about diet. So lately I've been having massive amount of sugar. Basically, bro, how you want to manipulate sugars and cheap foods into your diet and not make it affect you. You need to have your glycogen stores low. When you have your glycogen stores low, you can basically have room for a cheat because your glycogen stores are low. But when your glycogen stores are high to the rim, Sorry, I just choked on a piece of lead. When it's high to the brim, you can't afford cheese. This is when you're gonna look watery, you kind of look like shit. You might even gain fat because like, why do you need a cheat for? Right? Your glycogen stores are high. You don't need a cheat. What you need is probably like, more healthy food. When your glycogen stores are low, that's when you can have room for cheats. When you fill up those glycogen stores, they're gonna make you feel more like fuller, pumped, vascular, because why? Your glycogen stores were so low. So when they're high, you're gonna feel good. You're gonna have a good lift after that. That's my secret to like having cheat meals and stuff like that, and not let it affect you. But my glycogen stores are pretty high. They're fucking high. I look bulked. So yeah, I was just eating these random ass. I don't know if I would call it a cheat. I think I would call it a cheat because I calculated one time and it said it was like 4K calories. I would have a cookie crumble and I would have like all 6 of those gourmet cookies and like 4K calories. I was blown. I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. I thought it was like max 2K, but that's crazy, dude. Like, I was like, damn, no wonder why I looked inflamed. Like, cause my body looked inflamed a lot. So what I'm gonna start doing is now prioritizing lifting lighter, but I'm not gonna sacrifice my intensity, bro. You got me fucked up. Like, I'm not sacrificing my intensity. I think you can't swear on YouTube, so sorry YouTube. So I'm gonna focus more on my form, right? I'm gonna like start from the basics, from the bottom. I'm gonna focus more on my form, lifting lighter loads, really connecting with the muscle and focus like more on the bodybuilding. I think I've been powerlifting or some shit because I go too heavy. So I'm gonna focus more on my form. I'm not keeping intensity low though. I'm gonna train hard. Keep in mind when you're lifting lighter loads, it's kind of hard to like gauge failure because like you're doing so many reps and sometimes like your cardiovascular can go out. So it's important to like gauge like your intensity while you're doing that lighter sets. So I choose exercise that doesn't make me want to lift heavier weights or more machine accessories, and keeping the rep ranges lower. I mean, not lower. Oof. Keeping the rep range higher. That way, I can focus more on that moderate weight cap and just go by the repetitions and not risk for injury. Because like, if you're injured, you can't make any gains. You have to be injury free to keep making the gains. In nutrition, I'm gonna start eating more. I'm gonna start eating like a lifter because junk food and lifting does not go well together, especially if you push your limits. When you're trying to build muscle and you're training for muscle growth, dude, like it just does not go hand in hand, especially on legs. It just does not go hand in hand. So I'm gonna like start eating like a lifter, and I'm gonna really take this very serious now. It's just simply not worth it, man. It's not worth it at all. And I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson for sure. Sleeping 8 hours a day. So I made a simple goal actually today to get 8 hours of sleep every day. This is gonna help with recovery, ensuring that I get 8 hours of sleep that will benefit from my training. So every day for the, well, I'm making it a week habit. So I go 8 hours of sleep for the whole week, and basically it's ensuring that like, oh, you gotta go to bed at this certain time, and it's gonna pretty much with me for my whole life. Then I move on to a different goal, and then et cetera, et cetera. And I just install like new habits that I create in my life. Just starting with the basics, man. Sleep, diet, nutrition. What? Starting with the basics: sleep, training, and diet. Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to post this video so it can keep me accountable, and that way you guys can like benefit and implement it in your routine as well. So like if you are neglecting sleep, then make a goal saying I want to get 8 hours of sleep and follow through it and get it done. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, if you guys like this type of video, make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, Drewski is out. Peace.